I just want to ask you this. I don't know if I can ask you this, but I am going to ask this question to you.
Please.
Vasectomy, if I'm getting that word right, vasectomy. Why don't the male partners agree to go in for a vasectomy? Because I've seen from close quarters, from friends, relatives, personal experience, and all of that, our partners don't agree to go in for vasectomy. They would like us to go in for sterilization, the women. Why is this so? Why do men back off from this? If men come forward and go in for vasectomy, I think a lot of abortions, unplanned pregnancies could be avoided. I don't know if I'm right in asking, if I'm hurting anybody's sentiments, I'm sorry, but it
No,
should be asked by
no.
one person or the other. So I'm asking. Yes, sir, over to you.
Men are macho. That ends the discussion, Uh, men always treat themselves as macho things. And there is a big misconception that when a vasectomy is done, a vasectomy means what? The tubes which start from the testes of a male, they come right up to the tip of the penis. If we close those tubes, then the sperms will be produced, but they will not come out of his penis. So this is a vasectomy. Now, the misconception is that if I do a vasectomy, I will lose my potency. I will lose my power to have a sexual intercourse. My erection potential will go down. At the same time, I will not be a man. You know, that man. So this is the biggest misconception which most of the men harbor, and therefore they don't go for a vasectomy. In fact, they force the woman to undergo a tubectomy. Or if I have to remember one case wherein the woman was not undergoing a tubectomy, the male was not undergoing a vasectomy. He felt that the woman, if she undergoes a tubectomy, it will reduce her ability to have sexual intercourse with me. So he was refusing her to do a sterilization, or he was also not going. So the method of sterilization that they were using was after every 3 to 6 months, they used to come and do a abortion. He must have done 7, 8 abortions like this. This is cruel. This is criminal. This is bad. Abortion or termination of pregnancy is not a contraceptive device. It is not to be used as a contraception. If you don't want to do a final thing like a sterilization or the vasectomy, you can use so many contraception. You use a condom, you use a copper T, you use a spermicidal gel, you use female condoms. Multiple things you can use, but don't use abortion as a tool of contraception. And this is the basic reason why male are not so keen on vasectomies. Means if 100 tubectomies are done in a center, hardly one or two vasectomies are done. It's that disparity which is there. That is one reason why vasectomy is not a very favorite thing. The second reason is many male feel that if I undergo vasectomy, my physical strength will go down.
Is
See,
this true? Is
no,
this
no, no,
true?
this is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. By doing a vasectomy, his physical strength, his sexual ability, his erection ability, nothing changes. Nothing changes. It is just that the sperms are not ejaculated. That's it. That is it. So men do not need to fear it, but the fear is there. The third thing which scares many people off is that after do a sterilization for a woman, from the next day, that woman cannot bear a child. Absolutely from the next day. But when you do a vasectomy, what happens is that the tubes are too long. So some sperms remain beyond the tube which is ligated or closed. So those sperms can make the woman pregnant If at all he has a contact after the vasectomy, so after the vasectomy, he can impregnate the wife for at least 2 to 3 months because that is the life cycle of the sperm. After 3 months, no sperms are there beyond the tube. Even if they are there, they are dead, and he cannot make the wife pregnant. So, this is one more problem because you do the vasectomy today, and 3 months you have to monitor, you have to take care, you have to use a condom. At the end of 3 months, you have to get a semen test done, check that there are no sperms in it, and then you can be declared as sterile. Now you cannot impregnate anyone. So this is one major factor. People, 3 months is a long duration, to be very frank. And that duration, people don't like. They want results immediately. So in a woman, result is immediate. And last,
So,
one point which,
okay, I'm sorry for interrupting you. I'm sorry. I'd like
no,
to,
that's fine.
yeah, I'd just like to bring this point. One particular relative of mine, a genuine case, she underwent tubectomy but fell pregnant again. I mean, that was a shocker for both of them. How could this happen? Like all of them were shocked. You underwent the sterilization process, and how did this happen?
So, tubectomy or vasectomy, in some cases, can get biologically reversed, but the chance of it reversing is less than 0.1%. Okay. See, no surgical procedure or no medical procedure has 100% success rate. Okay. No tablet will have 100% success rate. So there will be some changes. Now, when we are talking about these drugs, what is a drug? A drug is something which causes some effect. Like we have this abortion pill, the effect is that it will cause an abortion. But it also has some side effects. Like there can be nausea, vomiting, bleeding, pain, allergic, rashes, loose motion. But when it is called a drug, when the effect is more superior than the side effects, then it is a drug. If a drug doesn't have side effect, it will not have an effect. So any procedure which we do will always have a limited failure rate. So 99.9% tubectomy and vasectomies don't fail, but 0.1% of the times they can fail. So that you have to take into account, and that is taken into account even by the government. So this can happen, but uh, to be a fair, if you ask me, have the tubectomies or vasectomies I have done failed? Touch wood, up till now in 25 years they have not. But doesn't mean that they cannot fail. There is a 0.1% chance.
I have another big question. I don't know if I can ask it, but I'm going to ask it. Like, is the government creating awareness on vasectomy? Because usually I have seen camps where women, ASHA workers go around and, uh, collect groups of women and ask them to come for tubectomy, take them, get them operated, give them some money. I don't know, some money is given by the government. Like if you undergo sterilization, this is the amount of money given to you
It's
in
even
certain
after
states.
vasectomy also.
Pardon? Even for vasectomy
It's-
also. I don't know about that.
In
This is
fact,
what I've heard.
for
Mhm.
vasectomy, I think it is more.
Wow. So I want to know, is the government doing enough to create awareness and have many sessions like calling people like you and making the men understand that it's okay to go in for vasectomy, and it's like you'll be saving a lot of chaos that goes on between the husband and wife and in the family. Over to you.
The problem is, it has a historical aspect. I don't know whether you know this, but during a certain time in our recent history, some politician was rounding up males and forcible vasectomies were conducted in our own country. I don't want to take any politicians' names or anything. And those camps were held, males were wound up, unmarried men, married men, old men, everyone was wound up and they were forced to undergo vasectomies because that particular politician thought that that is a way to actually control the population. Now, this barbaric thing which was done instilled fear in men, and therefore, like these tubectomy advertisements or these ASHA workers going house to house and informing about tubectomies became restricted because the men started viewing these health workers as maybe terrorists who have come to snatch away my vast deference. And therefore, obviously, the momentum was lost. Even today, the government does hold camps. They do advertise it, but in a newspaper, which majority of people don't read. But yes, the government has to do more for it. How is the question? Many times, what is happening is that the ASHA workers are mostly women. Now, a woman telling a man to undergo vasectomy is not gelling well with most of the rural population. So there has to be male ASHA workers, males who have undergone vasectomies, telling other men their stories for promoting vasectomy. You never blame a woman for undergoing a tubectomy. In fact, she's felicitated. She's honored. कि अरे कितना अच्छा काम किया है. Whereas if a male undergoes a vasectomy, he is considered a sheepling. He is considered someone who is bowing to the woman's dictates, and that is what needs to change. So government should change. It should bring out policies. It should bring out promotions wherein we can advertise it, but in a way which is the consumer friendly.
Yes, doctor. Thank you so much for sharing that. No offense to anyone, either of the genders. We respect you and your decision to have a child or not have a child. Thank you, Dr. Sagar. Thank you very much for clearing all our doubts. Thank you so much. We had several questions being shared by our viewers to connect with you and to ask you and clear their doubts. Thank you for the questions, dear friends. And thank you, doctor, for your wonderful answers. Thank you very much. For the accurate answers, you have given us a lot of important data and you've done justice to this entire session. Thank you so much. We look forward to many more sessions with you. We wish there are many more doctors like Dr. Sagar to enable us to understand the importance of surviving and thriving on this planet. Not only surviving, but thriving on this planet. Thank you so much, Dr. Sagar. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you, doctor. So dear friends, with this, we'd like to sign off now from the International Fab Talks. Please do share this video with one and all and share it with the right kind of people. Do not allow the little children below the age of, I think, 13 or maybe 15, I guess, to watch it. The adults could watch it and could learn something and share it with others. You always should create awareness. If you've learned something, see that somebody else learns something from this session. With this, we'd like to sign off now from the International Fab Talks. Stay connected and stay blessed. Stay safe in all situations. God bless. If you like what we are doing, like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. We'd like to sign off now. Thank you, Dr. Sagar. Thank you very much.